You just landed in your new country. You're excited, but also completely overwhelmed. What do you do first? Get a bank account? Find an apartment? Make friends? It is chaos. In this video, I'm cutting through the noise. This is your tactical step-by-step survival kit for your first year abroad. No fluff, just the essential actions that you need to take in order to build your life from scratch. Ready? Let's go. Hi everyone, I'm Kimberly Ann. I am a US expat who moved to Portugal in 2022, sight unseen without a support group, and I'm super excited to welcome you to your new life. The first year is a marathon, not a sprint, and it's all about setting up the right foundation. So let's break it down into 5 critical steps. Step number 1, conquer the bureaucracy. And by conquer, I mean just deal with it and take care of it and do your best, because there is no actual conquering bureaucracy, especially in Portugal. It's the least fun, but the most important first step. Before you can do anything else, you need to be a legal and functional resident. And this means visas, residence permits, and opening a local bank account, unless you're doing the Schengen shuffle, and then just disregard this. Number 1 in your action plan is do your research before you land. Do your research before you leave, not while you're on the plane. And have everything ready that you need. Number 2, have all your documents scanned and saved either to the cloud or on a thumb drive or both. Number 3, when you arrive, tackle only one major task per day to avoid burnout. Number 4, ask for help. Use expat forums and other expats on the ground to help navigate the system. And personal story, I have an acquaintance who I hope will become a friend who just landed in Portugal 2 days ago. And I called her to see how she was doing, and she had a series of questions and a list of things that weren't working for her, and I was able to talk her through the solutions and help her find solutions to the issues. So that's important. And if you don't have a friend, you can find those answers in expat forums or expat groups. Step number 2 is find your home base intelligently. If you have the opportunity not to rush into a long-term lease from abroad, and I'll talk about why you can't do that if you're going to get the D7 or D8 visa in Portugal, but if you're not coming to Portugal, then don't do that. Don't get a long-term lease abroad if you don't have to, and don't get a lease or a 1-year rental as soon as you get here before you've explored the neighborhoods, talked to some other people in different neighborhoods, see what they think, what they like, what they don't like. Maybe you instead can get a 1 to 3 month rental in different neighborhoods and see which one you like the best, and make sure you check out how close the metro is or a bus and how often the buses leave. In some countries, the buses are slow or they don't come at all. Like Portugal on a Sunday, forget about it. You really don't know the neighborhoods yet, unless you've been to the place that you're moving a bunch of times. Otherwise, take it easy if you can afford to, and explore and look around. Now, if you are moving to Portugal, you will have to have a 1-year lease in order to get your D7 or D8 visas. Now, sometimes VFS will accept an Airbnb reservation if it is for 1 year. And I recently talked to somebody who did do that. It's not a guarantee, but oftentimes they will accept it. And you can be transparent with your host that you may not be staying that long. Alternately, you can probably break a year lease after a few months. I'm not saying this is true or works 100% of the time, but it is often true. Your worst case scenario is you stay somewhere for a year. This is only if you're moving to Portugal. And you explore other neighborhoods and you talk to other people living in other neighborhoods. If you're not moving with a shipping container full of your grandma's furniture, I recommend looking for a furnished apartment to rent. There are so many of these abroad. It's really common. Here's your action plan if you're not moving to Portugal. Book a temporary rental for your first month. Use that time to explore the city in person. Visit different neighborhoods at different times of the day, including the nighttime. This allows you to make an informed decision on where you want to live for the long term, which is crucial for your happiness. Step number 3, learn survival language fast. You don't need to be fluent in a month. Well, unless you're a linguist, you're probably not going to be fluent in a month. But you do need to learn the basics for daily life. It shows respect and it makes your life infinitely easier. Your action plan is forget the complex grammar for now. Focus on the top 50 phrases. Greetings, numbers, ordering food, asking for directions, and emergency phrases. Use language apps like Duolingo or Memrise or Drops for daily practice, and more importantly, use these phrases every single day, even if it feels awkward to do so, because this builds confidence. And I have a question for you guys. Are you interested in learning more about how I'm learning the Portuguese language and the pitfalls and the crazy, embarrassing mistakes I've made? And if so, please comment and I will make videos about that as well. If you want to learn about some financial issues that you may run into and how to solve them, please stick around with me to the end of the video because I will cover those. And if you're getting something out of this video, I would love it, love it, love it if you would subscribe. So now we move on to step number 4. Engineer your social life. Friends will not magically appear at your door. Loneliness is a huge challenge, so you need a strategy to fight it. And this is also something that I helped my friend with yesterday because she didn't know how to meet people in Lisbon. So here's your action plan. Create a social calendar. For the first 3 months, schedule at least 2 social activities per week. This could be language exchange meetup groups, a fitness class, a walking tour, or just going into a coffee shop where other expats hang out. Building a network is essential for a successful expat experience. Check out my most recent video for all the ways to combat loneliness. Okay, now on to step number 5. Get your finances in order. And this could be 5 or 6 or 7 videos because it does get complicated, but I'm just going to go over some basics here. Managing money across 2 or more countries can be extremely challenging. You can run into credit card foreign transaction fees and bad exchange rates, to name just a couple issues. So here's your action plan for that. Research the best ways to transfer your money internationally before you leave your home country. I use Wise. I will put the link below. The best card that I've found to use as an ATM card is Charles Schwab. For whatever reason you might have to leave your money back in the US, you can open up a Charles Schwab bank account. And like I said, you can use the ATM card anywhere and you will have no foreign transaction fees. Amazing. Unless, of course, there are fees at the bank that you're using here or abroad. I did try to get money out of an ATM in Mexico. It wasn't with my Charles Schwab, but I was charged $30 in Mexico just to use the ATM. So watch out for that too, depending on where you are. I have never had that happen here in Portugal. Doesn't mean it doesn't happen, but I haven't had that experience. The best credit card that I have found is the Chase Sapphire, not the Reserved. The Reserved is $500 a year. The Sapphire is $95, I believe. And that also has no foreign transaction fees. Plus you get air miles whenever you use it. So I use my card as often as possible. I accrue my air miles, and then once a year I get a, not completely free because I have to pay the taxes, but very low cost, basically free, round trip ticket back to the US. Remember to change your bank logins before you leave to either a Google Voice number or an email login or an authenticator app, and triple check that they all work. Plus, I highly recommend having a VPN, and I also recommend having an eSIM, or at least access to an eSIM in case everything else goes wrong. For all my recommendations, I am putting links below. Understand the local tax laws. You will probably need to hire an expat-focused accountant. I use Bast and Krupp. You may also need a local accountant. I have both. Create a budget based on the local cost of living, which is probably different from what you're used to, because being in control of your finances reduces a massive amount of stress. And you can also get free alerts through Wise over email to find out your daily local exchange rates. And you're going to probably want to pay attention to that, because if the rates drop too low and the exchange rate is bad, you're going to probably want to pay in your local currency wherever you are and stop using some cards. So there you have it. Your 5-step tactical plan, not just to survive, but to master your first year abroad. It's not easy, but with a clear plan, it is 100% achievable. What is the most daunting part of moving abroad for you? Comment below, let's talk about it, because I love hearing from all of you and I love helping wherever I can. If you found this guide useful, I would love it if you would subscribe. You can hit the bell so you don't miss the next video. If there's something that I'm not covering on my channel, please let me know so I can make a video addressing any concerns or questions you have. I would love to do that. Now you've got some tools for your first year abroad, so go build your amazing life. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.